Episode 8, Uncle Ron and stuff. First of all, confession. I like making these things. That's maybe that's terrible, but it keeps me from doing manual labor, which is and I really would have liked to have had somewhere a video of my dad and a couple of my uncles and some other people I've known over the years, but I don't have that. So, one objective, besides whatever I think I'm trying to do here, is to get a video that that uh, will maybe be viewed in the future if YouTube's still around. Who knows? The things change so fast that I can the grandkids or great grandkids. Wouldn't it be cool to see like your great great grandfather on a video talking about how he'd had to, hook up the tractor to the sawmill today, or I don't know, old stuff, what he was doing at the time, and just seeing his face and his smiles and his eyes and that kind of stuff. Anyway, the topic for today is the devil. Yeah, the devil. It's God. It's Jesus. It's the Holy Spirit, and it's the devil. I don't know why that is, but anyway, growing up, religion, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, and the devil. Okay, I'm lucky because the devil doesn't spend a lot of time on me. He's not there on my shoulder like in cartoons where he whispers in your ear or something. I don't have that, which I don't know if anybody does. Do you have that? I don't know. I don't get that. Anyway, I've had some. The devil has come to me a couple times, and I wanted to tell you about those experiences because it's interesting, me anyway. The first time was in a dream, and I know it was a dream. I don't mix it up with reality. It's a dream. Anyway, I was in a bar and drinking a brew, and there was this guy down there in the bar, and he wandered over and sat down beside me and asked me how I was, and yeah, we're drinking. And I consider myself a pretty good judge of liars, having been a liar at one time when I was little, that I can tell crap when I hear it. And I also give myself some credit for being empathetic so I can sense stuff. Well, I didn't get anything off this guy, you know. I don't get evil off of him or anything. And he's talking and we're doing, just regular conversation. And he finally says, we ought to get out of here and go have some fun. And I go, hey, sure, okay. So I walk out of the bar, and as soon as we get on the street, he snaps his fingers or waves his hands or something, and all of a sudden, lions appear out of everywhere. And they start pulling down people on the street, and doing what lions do to people. Not good. Anyway, I'm in horror. And I say to him, what the hell is this? And he says, oh man, this is fun, isn't it? And I go, no. And he says, well, you're either with me or against me. So I said, well, I guess I'm against you because I ain't doing this. And in my hands suddenly appeared a gun. So I start shooting lions, and I'm shooting them, as many as fast as I can. And he gets like, he turns into this terrible, I feel this immense amount of evil, and it's horrible. And he says, I'm going to get you for this. Bang, and end of the dream. Okay, so I'd already made it clear to him, no, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing evil stuff. Okay, so years passed. I mean, long time. He left me alone, didn't. Next time in a dream, he's there somewhere off the scene, but I know he's there. And this time, he'd done his research on me, and he knew what my weakness was, which was sexuality. And so he set up this scenario and made a temptation out of it, and I couldn't resist it. It was, I He was trying to, I think, trying to verify that I could be tempted, and the answer is yes, I can be tempted by evil. And to a confession I have to make. And it was bad, and I felt bad, and I knew I was bad and all that. Uh, anyway, he hasn't come back in a dream again. He just made it clear that he could tempt me anytime he wanted to if he uses his what he knows about me. Okay, I guess maybe I'm more difficult than most. I don't know. Third time, I used to have a VW camper bus, and periodically I would go on a short excursion someplace overnight with a friend. And I'd often drive up to what was called the Skyline Drive, which is Appalachian Mountains, and there's a real nice drive along it. And anyway, I was up there and I pulled over. I was with a friend. We had pulled over and it was raining really hard. And you're not supposed to park or camp overnight on the drive, but we had pulled into a turnout that looked down over the valleys and so on. And it was raining, and we were just talking, and all of a sudden another car came up and pulled up in front of us and parked, and turned the lights off, although you could see lights inside of it, and it was like a Chevy van. It was a conversion van, a thing like that. So he just said, well, let's go see, say hello. It's like I don't even know what time it was, but it was dark. So we go over there and we knock on the side, and the door opens, and this guy says, well, come on in. And we go in, and best way I can describe him, he looked like Charlie Manson, if you know what Charlie Manson looked like. He looked like Charlie Manson. But again, I'm not detecting anything. I'm not afraid. I'm not amazed. I'm not nothing. I don't get nothing. And with him are two young girls, and I mean young. Uh, and the whole place is outfitted in rabbit skins. There's rabbit fur skins all over the place. I don't know how many rabbits, but a lot. And he's on a bed back in this conversion van with these two young girls, and got all these rabbit skins. And we talk a little while. Actually, I don't say much at all. My friend's talking to him. He's more outgoing than I was, and so he's talking to him. And somewhere at some time, I think the guy said, well, you ought to stay because we could have some real fun here. I mean, I think he was implying we got these young girls and we can do whatever we want. And anyway, my friend says, we really need to be going. And it took me by surprise because, like, I hadn't detected anything. And I said, okay, whatever you say. And so we get out and go back to the truck and get in the van. And he says, we need to leave. I go, what? He says, that guy's a devil. I go, what? He says, oh man, you couldn't sense it and feel it and all the rabbit skins in there and the girls and everything. I go, no. And so he insisted we leave. And so that was actually saw him incarnate. And again, what was amazing is I didn't detect anything. I guess they call the devil the prince of liars for a reason. He side issue, the burning bush. If you remember Moses, I think he was up on the mountain fumbling around, and he come across a burning bush that was burning but not being consumed, and it was God. And when he came across the bush, he fell down on his knees because he could see that God could see right through him and see everything about him, knew everything about him, all of his sins, all of his good, all of his bad, everything. And he was just totally humbled. Well, in this case, I didn't get anything off the devil. He didn't scan me like that. I didn't get anything. That's what's weird about it. I didn't sense that he was what it was about. He was really, really, really good at hiding all that stuff. Anyway, I'm glad I don't have the devil sitting on my shoulder all the time. I do know that I can be tempted, and I guess we all can. I hope you haven't had too many bad devil experiences. I am happy that I had the experiences, even if they're dreams, because it gave me a real awareness of what stinking, terrible evil is, and I don't like it. It's really nasty. So I guess I end of story. The devil and no, 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 no. And this is Uncle Ron episode, I don't know, 7 or 8. I think I'm gonna lose count. Anyway, that's for the day.